Instagram sales have completely changed, and here are 3 things that you need to know going into 2026 if you want to fill your calendar with qualified sales calls and scale your business without hiring a huge sales team. First is a 3-part framework that I call Attract, Connect, Convert, which allows you to turn your Instagram audience into paying clients who you actually love working with. The entire system is set up in a way to automate as much as possible so that you can focus on what actually matters in your business, which is going to be content and delivering results. Next, you're going to have to understand how automation fits into the entire picture so that you can actually make data-driven decisions instead of guessing what works and what doesn't. And lastly, there's a proven appointment setting framework that you can use to take a cold lead to a qualified sales call in less than 10 messages, and it's the exact frameworks that our clients use to take their business from low 5 figures to 6 figures a month. So let me show you how it's done, starting with the attract phase of the Attract, Connect, Convert framework. You need to start thinking about your Instagram account less like a social media profile and more like a lead generation machine. Everything we do on Instagram needs to be intentional with the one goal of starting more conversations so that we can book more calls. The 2 ways you can drive traffic are through organic content and ads, but none of this matters if you don't have an optimized profile. Think of your profile as the conversion mechanism. Anyone who comes to your page is going to be lured in by your profile, and the profile has to create trust with your target audience. I've put 2 examples right here, and the framework that I recommend is having the first line being who you help and what you help them with. So for example, I help X with Y without Z. I help busy men over 30 get in shape without crash dieting, for example. So that's the first line, who you help, what you help them with, and what they can avoid by getting your help. The second line would be social proof. So for example, worked with over 200 clients, $5 million in revenue generated, whatever sort of social proof you have, you want to put that in the second line. And the third line is going to be your call to action, where you actually tell people to either visit a link, but the recommended version, which works in 2026, is to have them DM you a specific keyword, which then starts a conversation. I'm going to show you exactly how that fits in with the whole automation process. Outside of this bio framework right here, you also want to make sure your content is on point and that you have pinned posts that actually build trust and show that you know what you're doing, as well as story highlights that show results, testimonials, and information about you so that people can get familiar. And on top of that, if you're not verified on Instagram, please pay the $15 a month because it's a game changer. And the final element is going to be your profile picture, where you want to show your face close up. The only exception is if you're, for example, a fitness coach, you want to show your physique. Now, given that you have an optimized profile after implementing those steps, we can now go all in on content and ads. For content, you want to post minimum once a day on Instagram and once a week on YouTube. Both Instagram and YouTube are great conversion mechanisms, and they're a way for your audience to actually get familiar with you and get funneled into the entire ecosystem, which I'm about to show you. We've had success on both platforms, with our Instagram having a good audience as well as YouTube, and both of them drive leads into our system on autopilot. The second element is ads, and for ads, there's really 2 different things you can do. You can either do messaging ads, where you start a conversation directly, such as, for example, message me X keyword, and I'll send you the exact strategy. So this could be a messaging call to action, or profile visit / follow ads, where you want people to follow you to learn more, and then the automation that I'm about to show you is going to take care of the rest. Now, for both of these, the optimized profile and your story highlights are going to be key, because when you run a messaging ad, this adds trust because people are going to message you, but most of them are also going to look at your profile. And when you're running profile visit / follow ads, your optimized profile is everything, because that's what people are going to be looking at. Now, you can set up either an engagement campaign if you're looking to do the message me X keyword sort of setup, or you can do a traffic campaign if you're looking to run ads to gain more followers. We've run ads very successfully for our own business, and our clients use ads heavily to supplement what they already get through organic content. The important thing to understand here is that this is an ecosystem, so content and ads, they work together. You don't want to be doing just one of them. You want to be doing both, because they both facilitate the same goal. And if you build an ecosystem of both working together along with your optimized profile, you are going to get better results. All right, so now you're attracting all these people through content and ads to your optimized profile. And this is where most people drop the ball, because at this point you have to connect with the audience and turn them from someone who's just looking into someone who you can actually speak to. And the way we do that is by starting conversations. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. It's either inbound conversations or outreach conversations, which we can automate. And I'm about to show you exactly how to do that. Inbound conversations will be triggered mainly by your call to action in your bio, if you tell them to DM you a specific keyword, that's going to be an inbound conversation, or through messaging ads where you tell people to DM you a keyword. There's always going to be some people who just come to your page and ask a question, but that's going to be the rare case. The one that you're really going to rely on is automated outreach, because a small portion of people are going to take that first step and actually reach out to you. And to show you how powerful automated outreach is, if it's done correctly, I have some outreach statistics for a client of ours right here who did 29,000 outreaches over the past 30 days, received 6,000 replies, meaning 6,000 conversations were started, which then turned into booked calls. And that gives us a 20% reply rate. And as you can see, this client just went insanely viral and gained over 6,000 followers in one single day. And the only way they can facilitate this kind of volume is by implementing this entire system, which I'm laying out to you right now. Now, the biggest leverage that you have with automated outreach is going to be to reach out to new followers, and you can do that fully automatically using a tool called ManyChat. Now, inside of ManyChat, we have an automation flow right here where when somebody follows our account, we have a split test running, meaning we go down 3 different paths and we don't actually guess which message works. We actually split test different messages and identify exactly which gets the highest reply rate. We do all of this using a tool called DM Tracker, which is a must-have along with ManyChat. If you're not using ManyChat or DM Tracker in 2026, you're getting left behind and you don't have the data that you need to actually build your Instagram into a lead generation machine. Inside of DM Tracker in the statistics, you're going to be able to see the reply rate by different outreach messages, meaning you can compare different messages to each other and see how they perform. Now, I've made a separate video on setting up this exact automation where you can automatically DM new followers, split test different messages, and get your reply rates inside of DM Tracker so that you actually know what's working and what actually starts conversations. And I'm going to link that video down below, and all the templates are completely for free. Now, while reaching out to new followers is the main angle for automated outreach, you can also do this for commenters. You can do it for story replies. And if you don't get enough leads through this, you can even do manual outreach inside of DM Tracker, where you can simply add outreaches, specify the reason and which message you send so that you can actually track the results through there. It's very easy to do. You simply add in the usernames that you're reaching out to. You specify for what reason you reached out, such as, for example, if someone viewed your story or voted on a story poll, along with which message you're sending them, and simply add in the leads. DM Tracker is then going to take care of the entire tracking and tell you exactly what your reply rate for every single reason is. So you're going to be able to see what the reply rate is for comments, for story replies, for new followers, for story viewers, for story polls, and for any other reason that you may be doing outreach for, so that you understand which of these has the highest rate of starting conversations and which message variation actually starts the most conversations, so that you can maximize the amount of connections that you create over time. Now, once you've started conversations through either inbound or automated outreach, you need to find a way to handle those conversations. Now, you may do it manually and actually have a team, start building a team of setters, or even do the DMs yourself. But once you start really scaling and you see results such as this client's, where we started 2,000 conversations in a single day on this very day right here, there is no way you're going to be able to keep up with the volume and efficiently convert these people without actually having an AI in place that takes care of that for you. Now, when it comes to building out an AI, we have a complex ManyChat setup along with N8N. N8N is where we actually generate the messages and have the whole AI brain, which actually writes the reply, and ManyChat is what we use to send out that message. The AI has the capability to listen to voice memos. It's able to check the Instagram's profile. It scrapes all kinds of details and saves them into ManyChat. It then generates the message, and it even removes any AI identifier so that nobody can actually tell that it's AI. I have a free video and template on how to build your own AI setter, and full disclaimer, it's not going to be the level of what you see on screen right here, but it is going to allow you to get started with automation. I'm going to link that video down below as well, where the templates and everything are provided for free. But the thing is, having an AI setter or doing it yourself manually only makes sense if you have a plan on how to handle conversations. And for that, I've put together a full appointment setting guide where I show exactly how to open, build rapport, find leverage, pitch the meeting, and handle objections. All of this is covered in this document right here, and I'm going to give it to you guys completely for free as well in the description down below so that you can make sure your entire conversation process is actually optimized. And the leverage that you can get on your entire competition in 2026 is that everybody fundamentally understands that you need to do content and ads and have conversations to book calls, but nobody goes about it with a system. If you don't systemize it and you're just winging it, and sometimes you start conversations and sometimes you run good ads, but you never actually dial it in and base everything on data, you're just going to be running around lost throughout the entire year, and next year you're going to be asking yourself why nothing changed. So by following this simple framework, you're going to have a predictable lead flow where you don't miss any single lead, and that's where we really get into in the convert stage, where we have to track follow-ups and actually make sure that the conversations are handled well. In terms of the conversations, like I said, either build an AI or go through the appointment setting framework and do it yourself. And when it comes to follow-ups, I'm about to show you an absolute game changer that's going to allow you to never miss a lead again so that you can follow up with them even 1 year later. Now, if you're currently doing sales on Instagram, you'll know that if you're in the Instagram app, it's absolute trash and there's no way for you to keep track of what's actually going on in your DMs. You're going to lose leads, lose conversations, and just have a complete mess, especially as you start scaling. And when you have something like 29,000 outreach messages sent and 6,000 replies, there is no way you can survive without having a system. And this is where the DM Tracker CRM comes in, because ManyChat doesn't facilitate this, Instagram doesn't facilitate it, and that is why DM Tracker exists. Inside of DM Tracker, you can actually track every single lead who stopped replying to you, be reminded of when to follow up with them, and see statistics on your follow-ups. So you can see how many follow-ups you're sending, what your follow-up success rate is, meaning how many people reply to the follow-ups you're doing, as well as statistics on whether you're doing all of them on time or late, and which stages are the most popular inside of your business. By implementing this, you ensure that you never miss a lead again, and every single person who comes into your Instagram DMs is tracked and stored. You can even go ahead and add notes to specific contacts or assign tags such as call booked or link sent or very interested or hot lead, and you're going to be able to filter by tags in the top right hand corner so that you can prioritize your leads over time. Now, DM Tracker has a completely free trial. I'm going to put the link down below in the description. I would highly recommend signing up, and for a limited time only, you can actually book in a VIP session with myself. I'm the founder of this tool, where I'm going to show you exactly what's going wrong in your business, how you can use DM Tracker to fix it, and how you can start making more money on Instagram. If you end up building out an AI system, you can also do automated follow-ups within a 24-hour time frame. So let's say you're having a conversation and the person ghosts you. For the next 24 hours, you're going to be able to actually follow up with them on autopilot using AI, using a flow such as the one on screen right here, and regain those leads. After 24 hours, you are locked out of sending them any more messages automatically, which is why DM Tracker exists and why you have a follow-up board to keep track of everything that's going on after you actually get locked out of the automations inside of your ManyChat. And the beautiful thing is, all of this leads to ready-to-buy calls with minimal manual effort, because the entire system is optimized in a way to facilitate one end goal, which is to book in more calls. As you can see, we book calls on autopilot for ourselves, and our clients book calls as well. We're using the AI, they close clients from our products, they do insane numbers in revenue, they get sales on autopilot, they close deals within 3 days of getting on board, and we have so many testimonials that I couldn't even put them all on screen. And the best part is we have data on everything. There's a sheet that we use internally to track our cost per follower, our reply rate, which is all inside of DM Tracker right here, where you can see your reply rates for your outreach messages, cost per click, we track show up rate, we track the closing rate, and the outcomes of this are that we have pre-sold leads with consistent lead flow, we make more money in less time and don't have all the headaches and all the bullshit that come with not having a system and doing all of this manually. We have a lean team with high profit, and we get $5,000 to $30,000 clients like clockwork. Tracking data is key, and the best part is, simply by using DM Tracker, almost all of this is taken care of, because when it comes to outreach and follow-ups, all of this is sorted. And if you have an AI, the AI automatically tracks everything for you and gives you all the data so that there's no more guesswork involved. This is without a doubt the number one Instagram sales strategy that you need going into 2026. And the best news is you can get started with most of these things for free. I've put all the resources that you need to build this out in the description down below. And if you want to have a chat and see if it makes sense to work together, I'm going to put the link to book in a call with my business partner and co-founder as well in the description down below. Let's have a chat. Let's see what's going wrong in your business and if we can even help you. And if you just want free advice and implement this yourself, sign up to the free DM Tracker trial and book in that strategy call. I'm going to give you so much value that you would not believe. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know any questions in the comments down below. I'll be replying to every single one of them.